had enough of you and Julie, 'cause I've heard it all before. And every day it's the same old story, really. You say she's nicer on her own, and she's really insecure. But you're the one with the problem, you see, I don't really care. She says you always let her down, and all the boys in the hometown, all they wanted was a one-night story. Hear me, I'm past the point of saying please. You got me begging on my knees. I've really had enough of you and Julie. I know it's unfair, but I don't really care, because you and Julie, you set me right in the middle seat. And I could try, but I'd never find the right thing to help you out of this chain of melody. Every day, it's the same old story. I hope that you'll be happy ever after, the sound of harmony and laughter will echo around you in the hereafter. Meanwhile, while we're still living in the real world, at the risk of being rude, I've really had enough of you. I know it's unfair, but I don't really care, because you and Julie,
the sky, and I found nothing to wish upon. All the stars burned out long ago. So I wondered in the dark. I couldn't recognize my home. A giant dead rock. The sun closed its eyes for a last time. I remember how it fell before it did to shine. The sun closed its eyes for a last time. The sun closed its eyes on the I ran till tumbled down. The queen fried in the looking glass. There was no one left to wear the crown. And the soldiers, all the soldiers fell without direction. They were lost and the heaven.
Good morning, friends. Welcome back to the channel. Thank you so much for joining me. Happy Sunday morning to you. I hope you are well. I hope you're having a fantastic weekend so far, and I hope the weather by you is as perfect as it has been here for me. I'm in northern Illinois, a southwest suburb of Chicago, and it has been in the upper 70s, low 80s with a really low humidity. It has been absolute perfection. I wish I could spend more time outdoors than I do to try and enjoy it, because I'm sure that it won't last very long. Usually up here in northern Illinois, winter usually comes a little earlier than for most. Usually by around mid to end of September, beginning of October is when the weather starts to take a deep dive and get really cold. So we're all kind of prepping for it. The summer is coming to a close, so kids are getting back into school. We have an elementary school just down the road from us. We've seen a lot of parents driving back and forth, probably for orientation and things of that nature. So my kids are all out of school. Well, I shouldn't say that. They're in college yet. They have their last year of college this year. I can't believe they're both going to graduate at the end of the year, at the beginning. I guess it's the middle of next year. I'm really excited for them. Tony has went off. She has left the nest once again for the school year. She moved on Thursday of this week back to school. She goes back a little bit earlier than everybody else because she works for the school. So she has to be there for orientation and things of that nature. So I think official move-in for her school was this weekend. I could be wrong on that. I'm sure Lucas or she will correct me. I know Lucas is in chat this morning. Woohoo! Lucas is in the house. Welcome back, Lucas. We have missed you. And thank you again to my other moderators. I know you guys are working really hard, so I truly appreciate all of you guys being here and helping out. I really appreciate that. So we've got a lot of things to chat about today. Plus, we're going to get started on our Resilient project once again. It's been a hot minute since we've worked on this one, and I'll kind of give you a rundown of what we did and where we're at on that. And we'll get back to it. But first things first, I wanted to remind everybody, make sure you hit that like button for me. I really appreciate it. If you're not already a subscriber, make sure you hit that button as well. And if you're interested, we do have merch available for the channel. You can do !merch in chat, and it'll give you a list. You can get one of these really cool coffee mugs. There's some drawstring bags, some t-shirts, sweatshirts, all kinds of fun stuff. So make sure you check that out if you can. Thanks so much for all of that. Every single dollar that goes into the channel or comes from the channel goes back into the channel for future projects. Speaking of future projects, there may or may not be a couple right here that we'll talk about in just a second. So every dollar that comes in ends up going right back out towards future projects. So I'm really excited for that. So thank you to everybody that may or that chooses to participate in that. I really appreciate that. There's been a question about memberships. I am going to be setting up memberships for the channel, but I have not done it yet. I have to dig into that one a little bit, and that one's going to take me a couple more weeks to look into. I'm finally getting to a point where I'm back in this room more of on a permanent basis. We've had some ins and outs, so I'm in here more permanently, so things are kind of working out a little bit better. I don't know if you guys have noticed, but I've started a brand new series on the channel. It's a pre-recorded video series called Floral States of America by Cotton Cuts. It is a Cotton Cuts project that I signed up for many months ago, and I'm just now getting to a point where I'm actually able to start recording it and get to it. So we've got some catching up to do. We've got 3 months worth of states to catch up on, which is about 5 states a piece for each month. So about 15 states to catch up on before we can get caught up with everybody else. So we're going to be cramming those in there. I'm going to be trying to post at least 2 a week from now until we get caught up. So the very first one went up last week, Wednesday, maybe? I can't remember what day it was. Delaware, that was our very first state to join the union, and it is also the very first state that we have a video for. You should see Pennsylvania. That's the second state that we're going to be working on. You'll see that one here probably on Tuesday, and then New Jersey on Thursday. So lots of fun stuff coming up, so make sure you check that out. This week is going to be a very busy week on the channel. You guys are going to be sick of me by the end of this week. I'm telling you, we've got so much stuff. You guys write this down. Tuesday, we have the premiere for our Pennsylvania. Wednesday is a brand new live stream. We're going to be live streaming Wednesday night starting at 7:30 p.m. Central Time. Lucas is going to be joining me. We're going to be working on our Wild West project. Wild West, the first clue for Wild West shipped just recently, so he and I are going to be working on that one together. He has purchased his own PMQ, so he's going to be the one here doing the sewing. I have also purchased mine, but I'm not sure that I'm going to actually do mine on the channel. I'm not sure there will be time for that, so I'll probably do it on a UFO or a whipped episode, or maybe just after the fact. But he's going to be the one that's actually going to be doing all the sewing. So we're going to really test out the Cotton Cuts project and see if someone who not only doesn't know anything about quilting, but really doesn't know a whole lot about sewing can do this project pretty easily. I think it can be done, and I think he's going to have a great time with it. Of course, I'm going to be here right by his side to help him out, and you guys are going to be in chat to help him out too, but it's going to be a lot of fun. So join us Wednesday night, 7:30 p.m. Central Time, right here. Lucas and I are going to be here. And then on Thursday, like I said, I teased you guys already, we're going to be releasing another pre-recorded video for New Jersey. So that's on Thursday. And then on Saturday, we have our After Dark edition. Mama Joyce and Sherlock Cheryl will be joining me, and we're going to be working on I think we're on clue 7 of our Tree of Life project. That's going to be a lot of fun, so I'm sure I have no idea what kind of shenanigans they're going to be ensuing on Saturday, but I'm sure it'll be a great time, so make sure you join us then. That one starts at 6:30 p.m. Central Time. You should probably write these down. There's a lot of them. And then, of course, our Sunday, we're back again for our Sunday live stream at 10:30 a.m. So I got to tell you guys, by the next Monday, I am going to be exhausted. It's going to be like running a marathon this week. So lots and lots of fun things happening on the channel this week. So make sure you stay tuned. Make sure you got all those written down. It's okay if you don't. I've got them all set up as previews on the channel. So then that way you can make sure to get notified when they go live. So lots and lots of fun things happening here today. All right, so let me hop into chat first, say hello to everybody there, because I see chat's just going crazy, and I don't want to miss anybody. So let me hop into chat, say hello to everybody there, then I'm going to tell you all about this little pile here, and then we're going to get started on our project. But first, I need to take a sip of this. Hang on. Oh, yum, yum, yum. All right, let me scroll up to the top so we can welcome everybody back to the channel. Brat46 was the very first person in chat. Once again, thank you, Brat46, for that. I truly appreciate it. She is just majorly dedicated to this channel, and I just absolutely love and adore her. Thank you so much for that. I really appreciate it. Kathy, good morning. Welcome back to the channel. It's so great to see you. I hope you are well. Susan, good morning. Welcome back. Gosh, I feel like it's been forever since I've seen you. So great to see you again. Thank you for being here. Sylvia Martinez, good morning. Hi. Good morning. Thanks so much for being here. Dawn, good morning. Oh, look, Mr. Wizard's in chat. Hi, Mr. Wizard. He's probably waving to me from the garage. Good morning. Thanks for joining us this morning. Kathy, Brat46. Kathy again. Dawn. Hi, Katie. Good morning. Thanks so much for joining us today. It's so great to see you. Hi, Judy. Happy Sunday morning to you. Thanks for being here. Ladies and gentlemen, Lucas is in the house. We did that already, but that just in case. Hi, Lorraine. Good morning. Thanks so much for being here this morning. Let's see. Wow, there's so many people. Hi, Gladys. Good morning. Gladys, for those of you who don't know, Gladys actually finished the Home Sweet Home project. She posted a picture of it on Kathy's Facebook group. It was absolutely gorgeous. I love it. I'm so jealous of it. Gladys, I think that was actually the Liberty Box pattern. Like, did you just decide to pull it out of your stash and take care of that? Because I swear to you, I saw that they had released the pattern, that Fat Quarter Shop had released the pattern, but I can't find it. So I must have saw something and thought that was it, or so I truly apologize, because I did tell everybody that they had released it, and apparently they didn't. So I apologize for that. But Dawn does have her own pattern for that. So if you go back to our Home Sweet Home project and go into the description, there is a link in there to Dawn's pattern. So check that out. She did one that's very, very similar to the Home Sweet Home project, but that one's hers, and it's free. So you can just go grab it whenever you choose. But thanks for that. I really appreciate that. So lucky. Hi, Carrie. Good morning. Thanks so much for joining us today. It's so great to see you again. Welcome back. Sorry, just checking out chat, see who else is here. Hi, Brenda. So good to see you. Thanks so much for being back. I really appreciate you being here. Happy Sunday morning to you. Good morning, Chloe. So good to see you. Lucas says, haven't practiced in a while. Yeah, I know. Yeah, I know. We're it's okay, though. I think we'll be okay. He's okay. He did pretty well the couple of times that I worked with him, so I'm sure he'll be fine. Plus, we have a guided presser foot, so that's going to help things, too. Chloe says, so excited for Wild West. Yes, me too. I got the Crimson Holdings colorway. It just spoke to me. Like, it's not a colorway that I would have normally chose for myself. So that's why it was just so shocking to me that it was just like screaming at me. You need to pick me. You need to pick me. So of course I did. Lucas picked a purple. The sets of purple ones. I can't remember the name of it at the moment, but that's the one that he picked out. And he's planning to do that one for his grandma. So I guess her favorite color is purple, which, I mean, so is mine. So I thought that was really cool of him and really, really, really sweet. So he's going to have a lot of fun with that. All right, I think... Oh, Sylvia says guided presser foot with a question mark. Yes, Sylvia, I have a guided presser foot. You can buy them fairly inexpensively on Amazon. Let me see if I can actually... well, I don't have my Zoom camera down. Let me pull my Zoom camera down so you guys can see it. And I'll show it to you real quick. You guys keep distracting me. I'm never going to get to anything at this rate. Uh-oh, what happened? Where did my... I clicked something and now I've managed to turn off chat. So give me just a second here, guys. What happened? Hold on. Hold, please. There it is. Okay, there's chat back. Woo! I didn't know what happened. Hi, Stephanie. Good morning. Welcome back to the channel. Let me pull this down real quick. Real quick. And I'll show you what I mean by a guided presser foot, because you had to ask. Let me flip the camera. I do have all kinds of fancy tools. Oh, what happened? Hang on. There we go. And nothing seems to be working today. It's like everything... Oh, there we go. Did it kick in now? No. I don't know what's happening. Let's try this one. What is happening? So odd. Like, it shows... Oh, there we go. There we go. There we go. I don't know what. So weird. Okay, so this is... Okay, camera, focus for me. There you go. This is a guided presser foot. And by guided, I mean there's a little bar. Let me see if I can tip it. Like this. So here's the edge. Oh, this is terrible. Here's the edge of the foot, and then there's a little guide on the end. So see this little guide that sticks out there? That is what they call a guided presser foot. And basically what that is you just take your fabric. Let me see if I've got a piece that we can use. I'm trying to find a piece. You just basically take your fabrics and you keep them up against that guide, and it gives you a really nice scant quarter-inch foot. Scant quarter-inch. This is terrible, guys. I'm sorry. This is terrible. The camera is not working today. Let's try that. There we go. But you just keep the fabric up against that guide, and it gives you a really, really nice quarter-inch foot. Mm-hmm. There you go. Really cool. So yeah, so I use a guided quarter-inch presser foot because then that way my quarter-inch seams are all nice and, I wouldn't say perfect. They're definitely not perfect. But they're much better than they were if I was trying to freehand it, because I am terrible at that. So that's why I do that. So, Lucas, I've got all kinds of fancy tools. No, I don't have all kinds of tools. Alright, we don't need this anymore, so we're gonna put that back away. Of course, I'll probably need to pull it out for something else, right? Okay. So let me tell you about this pile of stuff I've got right here first before we get started. So, last week, I showed you guys that really cool panel that I got, and I was explaining to you a little bit more about it. No audio, but it was working. Try refreshing your screen, Susan. Sounds like that might just be a thing on your end. I mean, everything looks okay on my end. So try refreshing your screen or go out and come back in. Sometimes that helps too. So last week I was telling you guys I showed you guys that panel, which it's over here, right there. The panel that I purchased, that Illinois panel, which I still haven't hung up yet, but we're working on that. That was for the Illinois Shop Hop. The Illinois Shop Hop has partnered up with Wyndham Fabrics to create a custom fabric line specifically for the Illinois Shop Hop. It was only given to the stores that are part of the Shop Hop and is only available for the months of August and September while the Shop Hop is happening. When I went and picked up Baby, this is Baby. Baby brother got put away. Baby is back at home. When I went and picked her up yesterday, I went to the store, my local quilt store, that was servicing her, and they are also a participant in the Illinois Shop Hop, and I was actually able to purchase an Illinois Shop Hop magazine. I was not able to purchase one the week before because they didn't have any. Thank goodness they got more, so I was able to get one. So this is what the magazine actually looks like. Oh, wow, huge glare. Sorry about that. This is what the magazine actually looks like. It's a pretty hefty magazine. Like, it's pretty hefty. And there's only one. It's not like it's a monthly subscription or anything. You get one a year. That's it. And you've got to buy them from the stores that participate. It's not even something that you can buy online. Now, the really cool thing about this magazine, and there's more than one of these. Illinois is not the only state that does this. So check to your local state and see if they do it. I know Iowa does it. And I want to say Indiana has one as well. But what they do is they release this magazine once a year, and there's a bunch of stores that are participating. Now, this is a list of all the stores that are participating, okay? And each store gives, when you visit the store and you make a purchase, they give you a stamp to say that you were there, and then you collect all the stamps for a region. My hand's over here. Collect all the stores for a specific region, and then you can turn them in for major prizes, like huge sewing machines, sergers, furniture, you name it. Each store, on top of that, each store offers some type of sale promotion of some kind. Whether it be percentage discounts, whether it be freebies, whether it be, giveaways, things like that. It's all, each store does their own thing as part of this program. So what I did yesterday was I went and picked up Baby from my local quilt store. I purchased the magazine. She gave me the sticker because that does count as a purchase. So she gave me the sticker, but on top of that, I also purchased some additional backing fabric for our Home Sweet Home project. So that counted as towards the purchase as well. So I wanted to show you guys what I've picked out for our Home Sweet Home project. It's absolutely gorgeous. I don't know if you guys, well, it's upside down. I don't know if you guys can see this on the camera. It's kind of funky because of the red color, but it's absolutely gorgeous. It's tone on tone. A really deep red against a burgundy, probably. And this is going to be the backing fabric for our Home Sweet Home project. I've purchased 4 3/4 yards. Turns out I only need 3 3/4 yards, but there was only a little bit left on the bolt. I thought I'll take the extra yard. I'm sure I'll use it for something. And if not, it'll go in my scrap bin, which will then be mailed off to some lucky subscribers. All right, so that is what I purchased at my local store. Now, having purchased this magazine and looking through all of the local stores, I found another one. I found a local quilt store that's even closer to me than the local quilt store I've been going to. No idea it was even there. Like, mind blown. So yesterday, on our way back from lunch, Mr. Wizard and I stopped. That's how close it was. On our way back from lunch, Mr. Wizard and I stopped at the other store. Mind blown. This store is amazing. Don't get me wrong. I love the store that I go to when I got her service, where I've been going for years. I love that store. This other one is a much smaller store, more compact. Amazing. Like, I had no idea it was even there until I bought this magazine. So to me, the purchase of this magazine was well worth that because I've officially found another local quilt store that's minutes from my house, and I am so excited about it. I got to meet the owner. I talked to her. She does long arm services, so I can bring her some of my long arm quilts. She is a major pre-cut fiend like I am. Her entire store is filled with a lot of pre-cuts, so I'm really excited about that. So while I was there talking to her, because I was just completely excited and overwhelmed by the fact that there was such a store so close to me, I did purchase a couple of quick patterns, no fabric, but just a couple of patterns, and these are going to be future projects on the channel because I'm really excited about them. And I'm going to show you those in just a second, but one of the other things that each of the stores that participates does is they give you a quilt block. So the other thing that they have done is they have developed specific quilt blocks for the Illinois panel quilt. So there's a full quilt that you can make. Not just the panel, but there's a whole quilt. And there was a picture of it in this magazine. Let me see if I can find it. And each store has a block for the quilt. Right there. Each store carries a block for it, and so you get a different block at each store that is hole punched, okay? And when you get to the last store, they give you the book. Isn't that really cool? I only have the two. I'm not sure how many more of the stores I'm going to actually end up visiting. Some of them are pretty far away, but Mr. Wizard's like, I'm up for it. Let's go. So I know there's one in Downers Grove, which isn't far from me. There's one in Plainfield, which isn't far from me. I knew the one in Geneva. Yeah, so I mean, I might end up going to the Northeast region ones because those are not too far from me. But there's quite a few of them in here. I want to say they said 70 stores are participating this year. And this is the third year for the Illinois one. I know the Iowa one is much larger because that was one of the original ones. And they're all run by the same organization, the Shop Hop organization. And I think it's fantastic because it really helps... It really helps out the brick and mortar stores. I think it's fantastic, and that's why I wanted to promo it as much as I could. That way I can support these guys as much as possible. So that's why I have the magazine. I'm really excited for it. I've not read through the magazine yet. I haven't had time, but I will be here soon. So the two patterns that I purchased over at my new local quilt store, which I'm really excited about. This one is called Boxed In. It's made with a jelly roll and a turn pack. So I'm really excited for that. That one's really cute. And then this one here, I picked it up because I love Elizabeth Hartman patterns. They're just so cool. And this particular store had an entire bin of Elizabeth Hartman, which was really cool. And I found this one and I thought it was adorable. So we'll be making this on the channel at some point. This one is called Puppies. I think that's adorable. Isn't it so great? It's a quilt and a pillow. There's a pillow on the back too that we can make. So that's going to be a lot of fun. So those are two projects that will come up on the channel here. Probably not till next year. We've got quite a packed schedule already as it is. But we'll see how that goes. So that is the Illinois Shop Hop magazine, which I'm so excited about. And the cards, I've got a couple of stamps there already. Things like that. So lots of fun on that. So I encourage you guys to check out, to do a Facebook search, do an Instagram search, do a Google search, and see if there's a Shop Hop in your area. It's a lot of fun. It gets you out of the house. It introduces you to some brand new stores that maybe you didn't even know that existed before. Like myself, I didn't know some of these even existed. So I'm really, really excited for that. To be able to have that variety. And I will absolutely go to these stores and purchase from them first before I go online. Because I like to have my hands on the fabrics. You know, I like to touch them. I'd much rather do that, but the online stores are probably still going to be there to help me out in a bind or in a pinch or good sales, things like that. So those are that. And then on top of that, this was a freebie that I got from my new local store. She was giving away panels. So this one is a free panel. It's an ocean themed panel. Really cool. So we'll probably try and figure out something to do with this. I've got some blue batik fat quarter bundles that would work really well with this. So I might do something with that. I don't know yet. Gotta find some patterns for it, so that could be a lot of fun. So I'm gonna tuck that one away, and that was just a free gift that she was giving away as participating in the Illinois Shop Hop and for stopping in her store. So I was really, really excited about that. Free fabric, that's my kind of store. Yes, Dawn, absolutely, 100%, 100%. Somebody mentioned that the Washington Shop Hop starts next month, so that's really exciting. I hope that you're able to participate in that. The Michigan Shop Hop was from June to July. So see, there's a bunch of them. So if you're not already aware of one in your area, check that out. See if you can find one. My Shop Hop is 91 stores in the 5 states of New England. So there you go, Chloe. That's a great one too. So yeah, so check it out. Very cool. Texas has a charter bus. Yes, ours does too. They actually offer a charter bus that will take you to all the stores. It's like a 4-day event or something. It's pretty pricey, but yeah, they do have one. So anyway, I encourage you to check that out. That helps us all kind of support these brick and mortar stores and learn more about them and where they're at. So try and do that if you can, if you're able. Obviously, if you have physical limitations or monetary limitations or whatever, obviously that's not something you're able to do. But it's definitely some fun. The magazine, at least the Illinois one, was like $12. Which I thought was well worth it. There's 6 patterns in here. And obviously a bunch of advertisements for various different stores and things like that. So lots and lots of fun. All right. I've wasted almost a half an hour talking before we've even gotten to our project. So let's go ahead and get started with our project. I'll actually set these over here out of the way. There we go. A little bit off camera. So today we're going to be working on our Resilient project. The last time we were together, we had put together 2 bundles for the blocks. This is our block planning sheet, if you will. It tells us all the different fabrics that we need to use for each block. There are 16 blocks total. These are the instructions. We'll need those again in a second. This is what the block actually looks like. Isn't that pretty? It's so gorgeous. I love it. So this is what the block actually looks like. This is what we're making. All right. Completely unorganized here. All right. So I've got the 2 blocks here. The 2 packets of fabric that we put together. We'll put together some more as we go through. The black, it's not complicated, but I feel like, at least for me, trying to do YouTube, trying to talk to you guys, trying to do this, it's a little overwhelming. So I'm going to be doing probably only 1 block at a time. If you were doing this at home and you didn't have any other distractions, you could probably do more than 1 block at a time. You could probably do them all at one time if you really wanted to. But I'm going to be doing them 1 at a time just to make sure that I'm getting them done correctly. Because they're a little bit... they're detail oriented. They're not difficult. They're just detail oriented, and I get a little overwhelmed. So I've got block number 2, the pieces for block number 2 right here. So I'm going to go ahead and read my instructions on how to put these together. Most of these are half square triangles, and I think that's why they're all pinned up together, because I pinned them up so that we would sew them all up together. We're doing them in half square triangles, so basically I'm going to be drawing a line down the center and then sewing 1/4 inch on both sides and then slicing them up to give me all my half square triangles. I'm just going to read through the directions one more time to make sure. It's been a hot minute since we've looked at this project, so I want to make sure that I'm doing it correctly. Repeat this step. Trim it to 3 3/4, and then assemble the blocks. Okay, all right. So what we did was when we pinned these together, These are 2 solid blocks. We're going to keep those where they are. All for block number 2. And then I've got these here. So I'm going to go ahead and grab my small mat. Can I reach it? Or did I tuck it in? It's back too far. I just put everything away. And I think I tucked it in a little far. Let's see if I can reach it. There we go. All right. There we go. We're going to be doing some trimming. So I wanted to pull the mat out because I do not cut on my wood desk. I always cut on the mat. 1 and 2. 1 and 2. Okay, so these are backwards. Okay, 1 and 2. 2 and 3. 3 and 4. No, that's 4 and 5. 5 and 6. This is like that's why I said this is a little. It's not complicated. It's just like there's so many matching of colors, and you have to make sure that you're following the block pattern correctly. Otherwise, things kind of look a little wonky. So that's why I'm just trying to focus for a second here and make sure that I got these right. So this one's 1 and 2. This one is 2 and 3. This one is 1 and 3. Four and 5 is this one. 5 and 6, we need 2 pairs of 5 and 6. And then this one is 4. This is the one that's wrong. This one should be 4 and 6, and it's not. It's 4 and 5. That one's wrong. I need to grab the fabric for number 6, which is that's the other part of this is kind of tricky, is trying to figure out which fabrics are which. It's this one. That's 6. Okay. Where did I have the other 6? Hold on. Something's not right here. Hang on. 1 and 2. That's right. 2 and 3. This is why it's so complicated. 2 and 2 and 3. That's right. 3 and 4, that's right. 4 and 5, that's right. 5 and 6, 5. No, see, these are all wrong. Okay. That's what I thought. I thought these were all wrong. So these are 5. But these are not 6. Off to the side. These are 6. Grab 2 of these. Lots of details. I think if we were to lay everything out together, it would probably be a little bit easier. Like this one's not even the right one. This one's 4. 4 and 5, that's correct. 4 and 6. Okay, let me put these back together. Apparently I was distracted when I put them together the first time, which is probably a good thing to double check them. Now this one is 4 and 6, which are 2 dark greens, but that's okay. All right, there we go. Grab this one back. These 3. I'm afraid to look at the other one. I'm afraid to look at it like, did we screw that one up too? This way. Hi Denise, welcome back to the channel. It's so great to see you. Thank you so much for joining us today. Sorry if I missed anybody else in chat. I apologize. It's kind of focused on these fabrics here for a second. Let me scroll up there real quick and make sure that I didn't miss anybody. Oh, let's see. Melina, good morning. Gosh, it's been forever since I've seen you. I hope you're well. Happy Sunday morning to you. Chatting about quilting is never wasted time. That is true, Katie. That is true. 100%. Sylvia wants to know, have you done a pattern for Art East Quilting Company? No, Sylvia, I have not. You know, I'm not really a pattern specific or brand specific when it comes to patterns. I just kind of look at the picture and decide if that's something I like or not. I've not heard of that particular company before, but I will definitely give them a check out. I appreciate the suggestion for that. Sorry, just making sure I didn't miss anything in chat while I was focused on fabrics there for a minute. Okay, all right, so now that we've got our fabrics laid out, we can go ahead and get started with actually sewing these up together. So these are all half square triangles. So I'm going to go ahead and grab a pencil. I prefer to use a pencil with my stuff. I think it just makes things a little bit easier. And a ruler, give me a second. I have not hung anything up on the walls yet in our new sewing room, and so of course all of my rulers are kind of tucked in everywhere, anywhere they'll fit right now. Eventually I'll put my things back on the wall here, and I've got some really beautiful wood quilt hanging clips that my coworker gave me. They're absolutely gorgeous. I have them in the box up there. Those will eventually be on the wall. To be perfectly honest, right now I'm just kind of enjoying the green and behind me, and we spent so much time and energy setting up this room that I'm just kind of enjoying the plainness of it for a moment before I start to fill it. I've got stuff for the walls and things like that, and I haven't done any of it yet. It will get there. It will get there eventually, but for today, we're just going to kind of leave it. All right, so I'm going to go ahead and go corner to corner here. Just draw a line. That's going to be our guideline, and we're going to sew a 1/4 inch on either side of that. And I'm going to have to do that for all these. So I'm just going to do the opposite corner that I have pinned. Makes my life a little bit easier. I'm using just a regular old plain pencil. I have found that to be the absolute best marking tool of anything. You know, I've got some markers, I've got some chalk pencils, I've got all kinds of stuff, but I have found this to just be the best. A nice light pencil line works every time. And I talked about our guided 1/4 inch presser foot, but for this particular type of sewing, I can't actually use the guided presser foot. I'm going to have to pull that off the machine and use a different one. I have a clear 1/4 inch presser foot that I like to use for situations like this so that I can see underneath it. There we go. Last one. Looks like Sylvia won our heist. Congratulations, Sylvia. All right. Okay. Put that pencil back away. Grab this for a second. So how many of you have seen the Floral States of America State 1 Delaware video, and what did you think of it? I know quite a few of you left a comment, and I really appreciate all the comments that I received. That was truly nice. It seems like it's a pretty positive reaction to it, but I'd love to hear more about that. I've been actually making these videos. I've been having a lot of fun kind of learning a little bit more about each of these states. You know, doing all the research for the voiceovers has been kind of fun, learning a little bit about what each state has to offer. Alright, here we go. Maiden voyage for baby. I've not sewn with her yet since she's been cleaned and serviced. So I guess we're going to wait and see what happens. And I apologize for the dog barking in the background if you can hear it. Who knows what she's barking at. Alright, here we go. Wow, she's super quiet. Holy smokes. Check that out, guys. Super quiet. Wow. Goes to show you, it pays to have your machine serviced. I know it can be a little pricey sometimes, but boy, wow. This is amazing. Such a huge difference. Oh, wait. I forgot I have a thread cutter now. Yay, it works again. Yes. Wow. That's amazing. It pays to have it serviced. Wow. Alright, I'm going to go ahead and get all these sewn up together. Check in. Sylvia says, not even sure what that is, LOL. She's talking about the heist game in chat. That's funny. Susan says, I like to use my mechanical pencil to draw lines for half square triangles and sew and flip. Yep. Yeah, I don't use mechanical pencils. I just use regular old number 2 pencils. I think this one's a Cotton Cuts pencil that I was just using here. Yeah, mechanical pencils work really well. I've never been a really big fan of mechanical pencils, if I'm being honest. I much prefer... Oh, I can't get over how quiet she is. I much prefer like a regular old normal pencil myself, but I know my kids preferred the mechanical pencils. Yay, back to, wow, that is fantastic. That's amazing. She sounds different. Like, she totally sounds different. She sounds healthier, if anything. Wow. Wow. Lucas says, be right back, gonna go change my oil. Well, that sounds like fun. Lucas is learning the pros and cons of car ownership. His parents purchased a new vehicle and sold him their old one rather than them trading it in. So he's been learning the pros and cons of actually being a vehicle owner. Forgot that there was a thread cutter there for a second. Uh-oh. Something seems to be... There must be somebody visiting. Because normally the dogs don't bark like this unless somebody's here. So I apologize if you hear them barking in the background. Although I think the noise canceling microphone is not picking it up. Maybe, maybe not. They're pretty loud and obnoxious. Alright, spin it around. Alright. The directions say that we should actually sew up all the half square triangles first and then come back and do the cutting and sewing together, which actually doesn't sound like a bad idea. I think we might do that here. Like, now that this one has been sewn up. I was just trying to think of how many numbers I have. Let me see. How many numbers do I have? I mean, I guess I could find more stickers. It's not that big of a deal. But I was just trying to think of 1 through 9 in blue. Then I have the pink ones, which are where? Looking for my alphabetties, my numbers, my number alphabetties. Wait. These are blue. I need my pink ones. They're around here somewhere. They're probably stuffed in something. Let's see if I can find it. No blue ones. Where did all the pink ones go? Not in this bin, are they? Oh, yes, they are. I tucked them in the bin. Oops. There we go. So what I can do is, oops, that's backwards. 1 second here, guys, sorry. Susan says, the sound just came back on. The gremlin in my laptop gave up. LOL. That's funny. Well, I'm glad you can hear us again, Susan. And I appreciate the fact that you stuck it out waiting for it. I appreciate that. You can always go back and catch the replay later to see what you missed. How much better does your machine sew, and what did they do to it? Oh, Dawn, that's an excellent question. I don't know that it sews any better, because I didn't really notice that it was sewing any different. What I did notice, and the reason that I brought it in the first place, was because my thread cutter started jamming. And it started making really weird noise, and I thought, no, you know what, we'll just bring it in. Well, it turns out that there was lint stuck between the gears of the thread cutter, and that's what was causing it to be all weird. But it needed a really thorough cleaning anyway. I have not cleaned it since, I've not brought it in to have it cleaned or serviced since I purchased it, but 4 years ago. I know. It's bad of me. You're supposed to have them serviced at least once a year, depending on how often you use your machine. Wow, what happened there? That was my mic. Sorry about that, guys. What happened there? Sorry. That's a lot of noise. Give me a second. I'm not sure what happened. Hang on. Apparently I hit something and it fell off the stand there. That was fun. Sorry about that. Okay. Sorry. Wow. Oh. Yes, it needed to be delinted, basically. So they did. They took it all apart. They cleaned the whole thing out. She said they got in there with a toothpick in between the gears to actually clean out all the gears. And so I don't notice that it's sewing any different, but I do notice that it's much quieter. Much quieter. Like, just, like, so much quieter. If you guys go back and listen to one of my previous videos and then listen to this video, you'll be able to hear it yourself. It's much quieter. The thread cutter's back to functioning, so yay for that. I don't really notice that that's any quieter, but the sewing itself is much quieter. And I almost feel like it's smoother. Like, it doesn't feel so jittery. It just feels much smoother. Like I said, I don't notice that it's really sewing any straighter. My machine is a little bit of an older machine, and I have noticed that the baby brother that we use does sew like a lot straighter than this one does. And not to say that this one is off. Like, the threads are just a little, you know, one way or the other. Like, not even to the point where I really worry about it. But you do see, you can, if you're comparing them, you can see a little bit of a difference. So I don't see that at all here. I think that's basically the same. And that could just be me holding it, too. It's not necessarily the machine's fault. So, alright. So we've got these here. So 1, 2, 3, 4. And this one should be 1 and 3. And then this one is 4 and 5. So what I'm going to do is I kind of changed my mind here a little bit, and we're going to go 5 and 6, 5 and 6, and then this one should be 4 and 6. So we're going to go ahead and put these back in the pile. They're number 2. We're going to move on to the next one. Since we have one block already done, that way you guys kind of have an idea of what the block is, and then that way we can keep sewing. So here's number 3. Block number 3. And I've got my alphabets here for more if I need them. Want to make sure, based on this last block here, make sure that I actually did these correctly. So let's just double check. We've got 1. These are backwards again. This one should be 1 and 2, which it is. This one should be 2 and 3, which it is. This one should be 1 and 3, which it is. This one should be 4 and 5. Oops. Which it is. This one should be 5 and 6, which it is. There should be 2 of these. It's true. And then this one should be 4 and 6, which it is also. Okay. Let's go ahead and mark this one up and get this one sewn together, and then we'll pull the fabrics out and start doing blocks 4, 5, and 6. So I'm not going to actually put the whole blocks together today. What I'm going to do instead is I'm just going to sew up all the half square triangles today. And kind of get those going. I think that might speed things along. I'm not sure. I guess we'll have to wait and see. This will only take me a second to mark these up here. What are you guys working on? Last week that we had a couple people working on some fun projects. How are those going? Dawn, I knew you were taking a bit of a hiatus there for a minute because you were just kind of project overwhelmed, and that's completely understandable. Especially as a content creator, that's a real, like, a legit thing. Like, I've come across that before, and you are way more content creator than I am, so I can understand where you're coming from with that. And you're absolutely allowed to take a little bit of time off kind of for yourself, kind of reset. Maybe find a small project to just do off camera, off live stream, off content to just do for yourself, to kind of get yourself back in line with reminding yourself that it is something that you love to do. And go from there. Susan says, I'm trying to finish getting my quilts ready for the county fair. Ooh, Susan, that's exciting. I'm assuming that means that you're entering them in the county fair. When is your fair, and how many quilts are you planning to enter? Oh. Yes, Dawn, my on-screen, thank you for that. Yes, my on-screen instructions for redeeming thimbles are missing. They're normally in this corner right here. I decided to take them down. I wasn't sure if they were really helpful or not, and I kind of feel like they were a little bit blurry on the screen, and I'm still trying to figure out how to get them to be a little bit more clear. So yes, I did take them down. They're not right here, but if you're interested in them, you can just do ! redeem in chat. It'll give you instructions on how to do it. Lucas is also here to help if you need it, things like that. But yeah, I did take down the instructions here. Yeah, I did know that. Thank you for pointing it out, though. I truly appreciate that. Kathy says, I'm taking a week's vacation this week. I'll be back on August 19th. Oh, that sounds fun, Kathy. Are you going anywhere? Or are you just taking a vacation from quilting? Dawn says, I am quilting, almost done. Birthday present for daughter, 18th. Hopefully delivery next week. Ooh, that sounds exciting. Chloe, absolutely. I agree. A reset is important. It really is. I mean, it's hard sometimes, especially as a content creator, sometimes it's hard for us to remember that, I mean, and some people do this for a job as well, but it's also a hobby. It's supposed to be something you love. And I'm of the firm belief that it's something that I've been telling you guys from day one of the start of this channel. As long as I'm continuing to have fun and you guys are continuing to watch, I'm going to keep doing it. Whether we have 600 subscribers, whether we have 100 subscribers, whether we have 12,000 subscribers, that's not going to matter to me. What matters to me is that I'm having fun, I'm relaxed, I'm enjoying myself, and that you guys are hanging out with me and watching. That's really those are the goals of this channel. Anything else after that is just a bonus. The donations and tips and memberships and monetized and not... That's all a bonus. None of that is the focus of this channel. The focus of this channel is to have fun and hang out with friends. That's the focus. And so, I have to remind myself of that sometimes myself. And so as other content creators, I'm sure they have to do that as well. And it can be a lot. Planning the projects that are coming up and what you're going to do for them and trying to be creative and keep people's attention. And it can be really overwhelming. So giving yourself a little bit of time to kind of reset and remind yourself that this is supposed to be fun. It's supposed to be something you enjoy. You're entitled to it, and take as much time as you need to get things kind of right in there and work through it for sure. Denise says, taking my scraps and running them through some of the AccuQuilt dies, knitting them up for kitting them up for future projects. That's a great idea, Denise. I don't have an AccuQuilt, and I'm terrible with scrap fabrics. I'm just absolutely terrible with it. I don't have a whole lot of time as it is, so scrap fabrics is just not really my jam. So that's why I usually give them away. Denise, you are on my list of people to give scraps to, so no need there. But I like to give mine away because then that way I know they're still going to good use. Somebody else is going to be able to use them. Otherwise, they just sit in a bin or sitting in a drawer somewhere here, and I just don't have time for them. So, Susan says our fair is over the Labor Day weekend, just entering for this year. Well, good luck to you, Susan. I hope everything goes well for you. Chloe says, I'm finishing the Pat Sloan quilt along that I started working on block 14. That sounds exciting. I love quilt alongs. They're a lot of fun to work on. I wish I had more time to do some. Kathy says it's a vacation from quilting. I need to reset and refresh my brain. Oh, 100%, Kathy. 100%. Yeah, we were just talking about that. If a week is enough time for you, great. If not, take a little bit longer. Your subscribers, your channel, everything else, they understand that those types of things are needed. So, yeah, it's for sure. Chloe says, I still have to finish setting for my spooky and sweet. Halloween is coming fast. Yeah, I actually have a Halloween project that I need to get started on. It's not going to be ready by Halloween. I was really hoping that it was going to, but I just don't see that going to happen now. But I have a Halloween table runner that I need to put together. I have all the pieces. I've already made one. I bought enough to make two. I made one. That one's long gone. That one's over at my mom's house. But I need to make a second one for my office, and it's in there. I wanted to do it last year, didn't get a chance to it. I gotta pull that out and do that. I have so many projects going right now. I actually had to make a list yesterday of all the projects because I'm like, oh my gosh, I feel like I'm forgetting some. So I have so many of them going on right now. So I just need to kind of work through them slowly. I'm trying not to get myself overwhelmed and just kind of, whenever I get them done, I get them done. I'm not setting myself any goals. I'm not, giving myself any type of timelines or anything else. I'm just working through them as I go. So hopefully they'll be done here soon. All right, so let's go ahead and get these sewn up, and then we need to pull out fabrics for our next block. So we're just going to do the half square triangles today. We're not going to focus too much on cutting or assembly today. I feel like that's going to be a little bit less stressful today. So quiet. So much quieter. And the thing is I didn't even realize that she was loud. Like, I mean, you get so used to your machine and it's a gradual thing. It's not like it happens overnight, except for with the thread cutter. That kind of happened overnight, but it's just a gradual thing, so you don't really notice it. So, word to the wise, take my advice. If you use your machine a lot, even if it's a really inexpensive machine, like a cheap $100 or $200 machine. This one's not $200 machine, but even if it's an inexpensive machine, it could still benefit from being serviced. Take it into your local quilt store, have them give it a nice thorough cleaning, and oiling it up and things like that, and you will see the difference. It's amazing. They say every year, depending upon how often you use your machine, I think I'm going to set myself a reminder for every 2 years, and I'm going to get this done every 2 years. That's kind of where I'm at. So I'm going to set myself a reminder on my calendar, and in August of next year, or August for 2 years from now, I will bring baby in and have her serviced again. Although I might do it every year. I don't know. We'll see. The thing that I'm really interested in is when we get into the cotton cuts project on Wednesday, I want to see how she does with the triangle corners. I kind of struggled with her for a while on the triangle corners because she was grabbing it kind of weird, and I'm wondering if that's been resolved. So we'll have to wait and see if that's different now. That was way off. This one is way off, so I'm gonna have to cut that one again because that one's like not even close to. Well, I guess it is. Okay, let me pull the pins out. Yes, I'm over here talking to myself as I'm sewing. It's normal. It's normal. It happens. Everybody does it, right? Just pulling these pins out here, kind of out of the way. Alright, so that one is actually finished up. This one is done. Grab this one here. Go. I'm not even pulling them apart. I'm just lining them up one right after the other. after the other. I had a coworker that told me that they tried to tune into my live stream last week, and they said they turned it on, but they weren't sure that the audio was working because I was just kind of sitting there in silence. And I just kind of laughed, and I said, "Oh no, I was probably focused." I said, "Was I on the machine?" They're like, "No, you were just like looking at your hands." And I'm like, "What?" And so I had to find the part of the video where he was talking about, and it was the part where I was pulling threads out because I had goofed up something. So I was sitting there with the thread cutter, just kind of, being all quiet. And I'm like, "Oh, you should have given me a few more minutes. I would have started talking." So I thought that was kind of funny. That the one time that he tries to catch my video, I'm sitting there quiet for a minute. I'm like, because I am not normally quiet. So that's why he's like, "Yeah, you were just sitting there, being all quiet." And I'm like, "Are you sure you had the right channel?" I'm like, "I'm not quiet." I'm like, "Well, I do get moments of focus." I said, "Where I have to like focus on what I'm doing there for a second." But so yeah, so that was pretty funny. I thought that was funny. Brenda wants to know, have I abandoned my 1,000-block quilt? Brenda, I kind of did for a little while, because it was a pre-recorded thing, and I just kind of gave up on pre-recording stuff for a while. I still have it all. I still have all of it. I just haven't kind of gotten back to it. It's actually one of those things that I was thinking about not too long ago, and that's why I'm doing this floral quilt thing, to try to kind of get back into it, so that hopefully I can pick that back up. So I haven't abandoned it entirely, but it's definitely on a very extended pause. It's definitely on a pause for sure, but I have not abandoned it entirely. Hopefully I'll get back to it soon enough. It's kind of got out of order here. I'm not sure how that happened. They did. See, 2 and 3 are here. Excuse me. 1 and 3 are here. 4 and 5 are here. And these two should be 5 and 6. Hold on. Am I missing one? Did I lose one? Hold on. 1 and 2. 2 and 3. 2 and 3. 1 and 3. 4 and 5. 5 and 6. 5 and 6. Where did 4 and 6 go? Do you guys see it? Am I losing my mind? Like, where are all these blocks going? I had it at the start, didn't I? I'll just count it one more time here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. It's not here. Odd. Okay, well, I guess we'll make one, but hopefully that I don't need extras. Oh, there it is. It's on the floor. I did not lose my mind. I just dropped it. Okay, there it is. Like, I know we had it at the beginning. Like, oh my gosh. Yeah, has anybody else ever done that? Lost a block because it fell on the floor and you're like, I'm going to have to make another one now. Yeah, there we go. Okay. There's 3. Losing my mind today. Alright, so I think that what we're going to do, put this one back. We're going to take out all of our little packets here. These are all of our different fabrics. Have I seen Quiet TV? No, Sylvia, I have not, but I've seen like ASMR stuff. Is it kind of the same thing? Susan says, I had Bertha, my Bernina, service last spring, using her right now as I've retired Olga, my Viking. Mm-hmm. Watched a train through Russia. That's interesting. Brad's46 says, I have some Halloween panels I need to work on. That sounds like fun. Brenda says, I have it in a project box. Actually hadn't thought of it until I found it. Yeah, I mean, it will probably come back. After I'm done with the floral states, I think I'm going to try and bring that one back. So don't abandon it just yet. But I'll let you know if I just completely let it go. But I do still have it. The book is... The book is right here. The panels are... The two blocks, the blocks that we've made are in my dresser over there. So I have not abandoned it entirely yet. The pre-recorded videos kind of became a bit too much for me. And so that's why I went to live streams only, but now I'm trying to go back into the pre-recorded videos, and I'm trying to make them a little bit shorter. Like, I don't want to do 30-minute videos. I'd like to try and keep them to 15-minute videos or shorter, because I feel like not only is that less, that you guys have to watch, but it's also less that I have to edit and record. So that's why I'm trying to keep them a little bit lower. So they may come back, or... I can't say that they will never come back. I can't guarantee you that they'll come back. But I'm hopeful to bring them back maybe at the end of the year. I've been there, done that, Danny. Yeah. Good morning, Naomi. I see you sneaking in there to check your thimbles. Good morning. I hope you're well. All right, so we've got block 2 and block 3 taken care of. So we're going to work on block 4. So what I'm going to do now, I'm going to do this a little bit differently. I'm going to go ahead and grab the pieces that we need, and I'm going to start sewing them up for each block, and then we're going to put them together. That's going to be my goal here for this. So I just have to remember, because I need 2 small pieces of one of these things, and I can't remember which it is. So give me just a second here, guys. I got to read these instructions again because I can't remember which ones I need the pieces for. Block planning sheet. Look at the sample squares you have placed for block 1. Take out a 4 1/4 square that matches the sample block. Okay, complete the square triangles. Okay, repeat steps 1 through 4 to pair, mark, and label stacks. Okay. Your 3 3/4 squares aside for now. We will incorporate them once ready to assemble the final blocks. Oh. I guess you're not supposed to put those together. Okay. Those are number 1s. Okay. Okay, so what I'm going to do real quick, I'm just going to circle these so that I know that these are the... There we go. It's enough for now. Got warm in here all of a sudden. Hang on. There we go. Okay, sorry, I was talking to myself there for a second, trying to figure out what I'm doing. So, we're on block 4, so I'm going to take this one here, and these 2 here, these 2 smaller pieces, are for block 4. Grab this. 4, 5, 6, 5, 9, 6, 7, 8, 9. There we go. Don't need number 1 because we're done with number 1. Grab that. Number 4. It's so over the place. All over the place. I think I need to get more of those. I've been using them a lot for a lot of things lately, and I think I'm running low. Yeah, I don't have very many in here. I have to order me another thing of these. There we go. Alright. We're getting there, guys. We're getting there. Okay. Trying to be a little more organized here. Black number 4. So we need a color 1 and a color 2. So that's this one here. Color 1. And color 2. That's this one. I feel like I'm losing my mind. Like, where are they going? Do you guys see them? Like, what is happening? I literally just took it out and placed it right here. Where did it go? I feel like I'm losing my mind today. Do you see it? Like, oh my god. I don't know what's happening to me today. There. I'm sure I'll find it. Did it? It didn't fall on the floor again, did it? No? Okay. One day, I will figure out what happened to it. Alright. I swear I'm losing my mind today. Like, I did take it out. Where did I put it? Let's sew up this one. Okay. 1 and 2. And now I need 2 and 3, which is another one of these. Okay, I'm setting it down right here. Let's see if it stays there. And then number 3, which is the dark green from number 6, which was over. I saw it. No. No, no. I'm starting to think maybe today is not my day because I keep losing things. That or I think I'm having a stroke. It's like I can't seem to find anything. This one? No. No. It's a dark green. Like, it's not the color I would have expected it to be, but this one. Could be it. All right. We put these two together. We draw a line. And we add them to the sewing machine. Did a terrible job cutting these. My God. Just sewing down one side just to get them on the machine so that I can kind of set them aside. So here's the second one. Okay, and number 3 is 1 and 3, which is this one. One of those. These. Linda says, sorry, did I start a losing trend here? She must be having trouble with the slots machine game. Naomi says, wait until you reach 50, then you really start losing your mind. I feel like I am losing my mind today. I swear. I swear it. So funny. Melina says, I quilt on my domestic machine. I bought Hobbs batting, 100% cotton. Never have used it, and my machine is skipping stitches. I have done all of the things. Do you think it could be the batting? Melina, that is an excellent question. I have no idea. I do not know enough about batting to be able to answer that question for you, but there are a lot of experts in our group right now that could probably answer that question a whole lot better than I can. Ladies and gentlemen, let's help Melina out here. Do we think that it could be the batting that her machine is skipping stitches? Melina, I assume that, having just serviced my machine, you're certain that it's not your machine. What is my tension on? My tension is set on 3. That's where I have mine. I have mine set at a 3. That's where I have mine. I don't know what the standard should be. I don't know where everybody else's is set at, but that's where mine's at. Wait until you hit your 60s. Oh, Naomi was asking Melina what her tension is set at. Okay, now I'm seeing that. Sorry. Melina, the only option that I have is that, make sure that your machine doesn't need to be serviced. That's as helpful as I am. I'm terribly unhelpful. That's why I do not claim to be the expert. I rely on you guys for that. 4 and 5. So this is 4 over here. 4 is here. And 5 is... I don't think it's that one. I think it's this one. It's this one. Okay. I did a terrible job cutting these. Like, every single one of these is a different size. Like, I don't know what I did wrong, but I did a terrible job. Absolutely terrible job. Okay, there's 4 and 5. Now I need 2 5 and 6s, which is these. 2 of those. This one here, right? What's this one here? 2 of these. Okay. Now the reason that it's so important that we're following this block planning sheet is because the blocks are intended so that the same fabric is not in the same space every time. Each block is different. So it's important that we follow the instructions and make sure that we're following our planning guide very closely so that we don't duplicate anything. You may recall back when we were making this planning guide, we were making sure that each fabric swatch was in a different number. So then that way we could make sure that each of the blocks was unique. I've also noticed, and this is just my own observation, but now that I don't have any carpet in the room and it's all the plank laminate flooring, the machine makes the whole cabinet vibrate. Whereas I think that the carpeting was kind of absorbing that vibration a little bit. So I've noticed that the machine actually makes the whole cabinet shake now. That was definitely not something that happened before. So I might have to put something underneath the cabinet to kind of keep it from doing that. So we'll have to wait and see how badly it gets. But I did notice that just recently. Another one of these. I have to hand quilt it. Oh boy, no, I would never hand quilt. I'm not that talented. I am most definitely not that talented. Size of the needle. I mean, that could be it, yeah. Clean, new, thicker needle. Rethread machine. Slowly move tension higher. Presser foot pressure adjustment. She says she just can't figure it out. Chloe wants to know, are you on Facebook? Ask the Pat Sloan Quilt Crew. Yeah, I mean, I wish I knew more about it to be able to help you about, but I'm definitely not an expert when it comes to that kind of stuff. That's why I relay that kind of stuff to you guys. Okay, now we're gonna go ahead and sew up the other side. This was the last of this piece here, so we're gonna go ahead and sew up the other side. This quilt is just, it's not difficult. The steps are not difficult, but it is very detail oriented. You really have to pay attention to the details on this, and that can be a little tricky when you're on camera. So we're just kind of taking our time with it. We want to make sure we get it done correctly. This is a free pattern. There's a link in the description box below to the pattern. I don't, for the life of me, remember the name of the developer on it. Basically, it's through a website. You sign up for their newsletter, and they send you this pattern for free. And they're not one of those harassing newsletters either. Like, I think I get something from them once a month, maybe. So it's definitely worth it, and they have quite a few patterns that they have available to them. And I kind of like them because the pieces seem to be a bit bigger. They're not small pieces. They really kind of showcase your fabrics very well. And that's one of the reasons that I picked this particular pattern for this fabric line, is I really wanted something that would showcase these really, really pretty fabrics. This is the Anne of Green Gables fabric line, which I'm told is still available for purchase. And I've really, really enjoyed it. There we go. It's all lined up. I don't know if you guys can hear the music or not, but there's like somebody shouting. Like it's supposed to be rock music, and I think it's a little bit more of a heavier metal. It's a little loud. Oh. Yes, Chloe, I agree with you. We are rooting for you, Melina. Melina is extremely talented. She's been a member of our channel for a while now, and I truly appreciate it. She does a fantastic job with her projects. They're beautiful. So I'm sure if anyone can figure out the problem, she will be able to figure it out. Yum, yum, yum. All right. Block 5. Let me mark this one here so that I know I did it. Block 4. Block 5. First things up, we have to grab our 2 pieces, which is this one here. Block 5. Seriously, I don't know what we're listening to, but I'm ready to change it. I don't know what this is, but it's annoying me. Give me a second. I don't know if you guys can hear it. I think I might have closed it. I do not know what it is, but we're going to turn it off. We're going to say, no, we don't like it. Oh, we're in the punk section, that's why. I thought we were in something else, so give me a minute. Let me go back and see if I can figure out how to fix that. That explains why the music's so off. Raucous? That's a new word. It's like obnoxious is what it is. So I want to fix it, but it's being dumb. Give me a second. Trying to figure out where the... Hold on. It's starting to do it to me. Sounding. Okay, I don't care about that right now. I'm being so weird. Hang on. It's being weird. Here we go. That's what I wanted. Can we just close that out? There. Music went off. Hold on. Oh no.